There's a very controversial story coming out of China where a court just ruled that homosexuality can be listed as a psychological disorder, upholding a decision in favor of a textbook publisher. Now, essentially what happens is this school textbook says that homosexuality is a mental disorder. Now, this person took exception to that because it's not a mental disorder and took them to court. Now, the court ruled that the textbook maker had a right to an opinion, and thus the textbook could continue to claim that homosexuality is a mental disorder, even though it's, not. The plaintiff, Wu Xiaoyong, was disappointed at the decision and basically made it clear that they were going to take things further. They said that the opinion that it was an error as opposed to a difference of opinion was random and baseless. And she also hinted to the South China Morning Post that there would be still much more work to be done. She revealed she planned to work with others in the community to push the case further. They didn't even have a trial, they just handed down a judgment, she complained. So essentially, yes, a judge just decided, yeah, you're allowed to have an opinion in what is supposed to be a textbook for learning. Those ones that are supposed to be based on science. Now, obviously, it is wrong to list homosexuality as a mental illness because it's not, and does appear in 1,200 other species on Earth. Now, that's not the real story here. The real story here is people claiming that China just ruled that homosexuality is a mental illness, which is not what happened. This judge, in this particular case, ruled that someone could have the opinion that it is a mental illness when writing a textbook, which is wrong in itself. I mean, they're supposed to be based on science. Now, this is very different from suddenly saying that now the Chinese government regards homosexuality as a mental illness. Obviously, that is not the case. This is one judge who ruled that somebody could have the opinion of it, not that it now becomes enshrined in Chinese law. I think what we do need to do here is wait to see what the federal government of China does in this situation. Now, they may step in and say, no, homosexuality is not a mental illness. Or they may come down and say that a textbook has the right to have an opinion, a wrong one, which is scientifically provably false, but I digress. So far be it from this being some kind of national policy. Now, this is just one judge's decision, which is being taken out of context, and that context being the right to have a wrong opinion in what is supposed to be a scientific work. So, what we do need to do is wait to see what the Chinese government does overall, whether or not they comment on this situation or they step in and make some kind of official policy. But in my personal opinion, I don't think they're going to. I think Chinese society very much does have its prejudices, and they don't overtly push those prejudices, but they allow them to exist. So I don't think that the federal government is going to step in and say to correct this, but I don't think that the government of China opposes the existence of homosexuality either. But regardless, we do need to see what the government is going to do if they do choose to step in and do something about it.
Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.